In the year 2025, there are two micro drones. One of them folds. In this video, we'll take a look at the DJI Mini 4 Pro and the DJI Flip. We're going to compare the differences and help you make an informed choice for your first drone. First, let's talk about the cost. Now, this is going to be the anchor for the whole video. Ultimately, these are very similar drones, so it's going to come down to $340. What does $340 mean? Well, it's the difference in cost between the Mini 4 Pro and the DJI Flip. $340 is the cost difference if you purchase a base model of both drones with their respective RCN series controller. Both of these drones are priced to be affordable for beginners, with both models and controllers coming in at $419 for the Flip and $759 for the Mini 4. When we talk about their stats and their capabilities, keep this question in mind. Are the better capabilities worth $340? Couple other things to mention is both of these drones are below 0.55 pounds or 249 grams. This means in both Canada and the US, they both fall into the same regulatory bracket. In Canada, it's very easy. Just fly safe. In the US, you'll need to go online and get your trust certificate and you'll be good to go for recreational flying. Both of these drones are also folding drones. They're designed to be packed into small areas for easy transportation. And with both of them, you can also purchase a padded bag to store with all of your gear. Let's start with the camera, and honestly, comparing these two is pretty straightforward. The sensors on these two drones are very similar, with only a few minor differences around the edges. So, what's the same? Well, both drones have a 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor, and CMOS is just the technical term for this type of sensor. Both cameras can also shoot 4K video in HDR. Now, there's slight differences in the HDR modes. Both are 10-bit, but the Flip can do D-Log-M, while the Mini 4 can do the same D-Log-M and HLG. The addition of HLG will be important for pilots who want to edit and export high dynamic range videos. If this term is new to you, you can check out our podcast episode where we actually edit in an HDR environment. Capturing and outputting in HDR requires more time and software editing, but it's going to give you more flexibility in what you're able to output with your drone's camera. Maybe not required for a beginner, but it is one of the extra features that the Mini 4 offers over the Flip. Now, the Flip actually does have a feature that the Mini 4 Pro does not, and that is subject tracking. This is the ability to follow a particular subject. In subject tracking mode, the drone will fly itself without needing inputs from a controller. This was a feature that was introduced on the DJI Neo and is now included in the Flip. So, how do these cameras stack up with each other? Well, the Mini 4 Pro captures crisp footage. Its 10-bit D-Log-M and HLG color modes produce richer details and more realistic visuals, and it can shoot vertically. Alternatively, the Flip's subject tracking feature keeps the target centered, allowing for hands-free shots for easy TikToks, Reels, or other content creation. And honestly, the footage from the Flip looks pretty good too. Now, it's going to be up to you which feature sounds more useful, the expanded HDR or the subject tracking. Let's move away from the camera to some of the other features on these two drones. The Mini 4 Pro does have a longer flight time at 45 minutes compared to the Flip's 31. The Mini 4 can also be upgraded with larger batteries, but that takes the drone above the 250 gram threshold, making it no longer a micro drone. Now, again, you have to ask yourself, is 14 minutes worth $340? For some of you it might be, some of you maybe not. Another plus for the Mini 4 is its video transmission range. 20 kilometers for the Mini 4 Pro, 13 for the Flip. Technically this is much better, but it is extremely unlikely that video transmission range is going to matter for 99.9% of pilots. The real feature that's going to really affect people's decision is the obstacle avoidance. The Mini 4 has what's called omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. Basically that means it can see all around, forward, back, left, right, and down. In contrast, the Flip can only see forward and down. These drones are an investment, and the better obstacle avoidance will allow you to better protect your investment, if you know what I mean. If you're a new drone pilot, which model sounds better to you? If you have any questions about either of these two models, make sure to pop them down below. If you want to hear more about future hardware, check out our video next week on what we think DJI's future is going to look like in 2025. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button to let us know. And if you really liked it, you can even hit subscribe. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Happy flying.